Prepare for trouble. Yes, and make it double. Do you know what that is from? You guys don't know anything about that. You guys don't know about to protect the world from devastation or to unite all peoples within our nation. You don't know about denouncing the evils of truth and love or to extend our reach to the stars above. What's going on? We're doing just a quick stream here. I just wanted to record the endings for Mortal Kombat 9, and I figured why not just do it on stream? Let's just jump online, see if anyone wants to watch these endings with me. So, with that being said, let's get to these endings. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to go to... So the thing is, without actually doing arcade mode... Excuse me, without actually doing arcade mode... Oh my gosh, pardon me. Without actually doing arcade mode, the only endings we can see are from the base roster. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go from left to right. Jesse, oh shoot, James. Team Rocket blasting off at the speed of light. Surrender now or prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. Yo, whole lot of game. Aha! /Twitch knows what's up. This man knows Team Rocket. You know, kudos to you, sir. Kudos. I seen you've been playing some Legacy Collection. With what is up with these one button combos? Legacy Collection allows for that? You can just press one button and then get a combo? Man, I never thought I'd be an old man about it, but I don't dig that. That is odd, I will say. Okay, so we're gonna get into these endings here. We're just gonna start from left to right, and it looks like the first person we got here is going to be Baraka. At least I hope I have everyone's ending. I think I got everyone's ending. So we're just gonna go from left to right. We're gonna watch the ending while I record it, and then we'll talk about each ending as we go. So with that being said, let's start off with your boy Baraka. Sir, I just set that up. I just set it up that way. I mean, the fact that they even allow that is crazy to me, but I understand why you did it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to... I'm just saying I feel it's weird that the game even allows that, but I got you. I got you.
Shokan and Centaur alike were enraged that Baraka, Shao Kahn's trusted enforcer, had turned on their master and killed him just as Earthrealm was within their grasp. But their anger turned to admiration as the lifeless body of Shao Kahn transformed into that of the treacherous sorcerer Shang Tsung. Shang had attempted to claim the realm for himself by posing as Shao Kahn. The deception had not fooled Baraka. He had recognized Shang Tsung's scent and torn out his throat. With Earthrealm finally in Shao Kahn's control, Baraka's loyalty and bold action were rewarded. The Tarkatans replaced the Centaur as the Emperor's favored race.
Okay, wait, so we said now I can actually do the combos with none of that hit combo stuff. Oh, none of that one hit combo stuff. Okay. Claude, what's going on, Claude? No subtitles. Yeah, no subtitles. I just want to see the full pictures, the full art, I guess. You never knew that from MK Trilogy. You know what? I played Trilogy on 64. I don't remember one button combos. I don't remember ever doing that. Even if it was maybe it was there and I just never selected that, but I've never done one button combos. I've learned it like that, and then I learned to actually do the combos with the buttons. Interesting. Yeah, I just never did one button combos. I remember in vanilla Mortal Kombat 3 they had one button fatalities. I remember doing that stuff, but I never did one button combos. So are you, Secret? Dweebs? Oh. How you doing, Secret? Secret says he's doing great. Okay, with that, let's move on to the next ending. We got Cyrax. Oh, is this in alphabetical order? Nice. Hate how Baraka is just a soldier in a lot of the game. Yeah, he's just a loyal general, essentially, with not much agency of his own. Baraka still got crappy end of the stick. I mean, I guess if you look at it through like real life lens, it's as if his army is like became like the Navy SEALs of Outworld. Like they became the favorite army for the Emperor. So I mean, I don't think that would be the short end of the stick. He's essentially leading, at least in this ending, he's leading the most powerful army in the realm of Outworld. That's not. I don't think that's a short end of this. That's like being the major or the command sergeant major for the leading army in the United States. MKX or what? Neither. Oh, MKX, I would say. MKX. Are you going to show Kratos ending? Oh, Claude, I can't. I have it on play. I have this on I have it on Xbox. I don't have the PlayStation version, so no, I'm not going to show Kratos because I don't have it. Oh, do I gotta teach you the ways of everlasting fun? The one-hit combos are fun when you're rusty at first. Nah. No, I actually enjoy doing the combos, like manually. Bradford, how you doing, sir? Can we play MKX? Probably not. Like I said, this is gonna be a quick stream. I just wanted to. So again, like most streams, I wasn't planning on streaming. I was just like, now that I have all the endings, let me record all the endings. But I figured, why not just record it on stream where we can actually watch the endings and talk about them. So I'm not gonna be on long, but I figured while I'm doing this, might as well just stream it. You can just look it up on YouTube. Oh, that's true. I mean, if you want me to just look it up on YouTube, we can do that. So. Like I said at the beginning, the crypt in this game, or the necropolis, does not have any of the DLC characters. To see their endings, you have to actually beat arcade mode every single time. So, even though I have Rain and Scarlet and Freddy and who was the last one? Rain, Scarlet, Freddy. Geez Louise, why am I drawing a blank? Anyway, I have the 4 DLC characters, but I won't be showing them this stream just because, again, I would have to beat arcade mode. But if we just look it up online, we can look at them that way. By the way, I have foot surgery on Monday. Oh, geez. Best of luck on that. I hope everything goes well. I do combos manually nowadays, so no worries. Kenshi, thank you, Secret. Kenshi is the last DLC character, yes. Well done. Well done. Alright, let's check out Cyrax.
Though he had pledged his life to the Lin Kuei, Cyrax left the clan to help the Earthrealm heroes turn back Shao Kahn's invasion. For this act of desertion, he was marked for termination by the new Grand Master, Sector. Surrounded and severely outnumbered, Cyrax prepared to meet his fate when Raiden came to his aid. With him were 100 Shaolin monks. The Lin Kuei were defeated, though Sector was not counted among the dead. Cyrax was offered sanctuary at the Wuxi Academy, where he has begun a new life as an honorable warrior for peace.
One of the few times Cyrax has a happy ending. And this ending wasn't too grandiose, but you know, happy ending at last for Cyrax. Kenshi, bro, yes, Kenshi. I forgot. Maybe I just wanted to forget Kenshi because Kenshi was so broken in this game. Secret says reptile. Poor Kenshi being forgotten. Oh, yes. I wanted to forget him. In the MKX comics, most of the old MK9 characters are there, but Ketchup and Mustard died to Sub-Zero, aka what? How dare you call Sub-Zero that? Water Vegeta. But yes, I can share play it with you and we'll go against each other with no lag, and you can stream it on your computer to make content, in other words. Well, okay, so I can play with you through share. Why can I not spit this out? Via share play? Okay, interesting. I'd be down for that. Okay, let's get to the ending for Ermac.
With Shao Kahn dead, Ermac was no longer bound to him. Anarchy erupted within Ermac as the many warrior souls that comprised his being struggled for dominance. Only one had the strength of will to quiet the chaos. The conflict resolved, Ermac returned to Outworld, determined to reunite with his past. Queen Sindel and Princess Katana were shocked to learn the truth, that trapped among the many spirits within Ermac was their husband and father, King Jared. Though he would never be the Jared they once knew, Ermac would forever serve and protect his queen and the Edenian people.
I think this is the first game that they toyed with Jared being a part of Ermac, which is pretty cool. That plot point really stuck with Ermac's character development, which I think is a cool one. We'll make a part 2 of My Friend's House. You know, I'm still kind of toying with the name of that. So I wanted to do a show, or I wanted to do videos where it's like me and someone else playing games, kind of like. And the name came from, you know, when I was in school, it would always be like, oh, I'm going to my friend's house, and we just get together and play video games. Like, if my parents asked me, yeah, I'm just going to my friend's house, and my friend's house would be us in front of a TV, joking, talking, and playing video games. So I wanted to create that kind of a vibe in a show, but I don't know if that name is one that would really catch on or is perfect. So I'm still kind of toying with what I would want to call a show like that. But yes, essentially we could do a part 2 of My Friend's House. That's what I meant, Secret. Maybe you can join us. Yeah, that would be cool. Bradford says, did Ermac Jared apologize to Sindel Katana for being gone too long? I don't know. I don't know if if he would really need to apologize. Like, I was dead. Like, what do you want from me? I got killed. So I don't know if an apology is necessary. Support, what's going on, support? King Jared is a bum? How dare you? What did Jared ever do to you? How is he the man is literally a king. How can he be it's literally the opposite of a bum. Ermac was the king. Ermac. Oh no. He was just saying hi, Bradford. He was being nice. Alright. Let's get to the next ending before things get out of hand. We got my girl, Jade. Okay. Which, okay, you guys, I think I've done a video on this. I think the character that is being talked about in Jade's ending is them hinting towards Kronika. Like, they didn't know what Kronika would look like or what her story would be when MK9 came out, but I think this ending is them hinting towards Kronika existing. Let me know if you guys agree with that, or if you think I'm tripping or reading into it maybe a little bit too much. Alright, here we go. Jade.
Shao Kahn was defeated, but the intense battle rendered Jade unconscious. She slipped into a dreamlike state and found herself walking in an unknown realm. As she explored, her surroundings shifted and changed. Jade approached a lone figure who stood in the distance, a shimmering woman. She did not reveal her name, but spoke with an air of regal authority. Through the minds of countless mortals, the woman had been watching events as they unfolded over the centuries. She informed Jade that Shao Kahn's death was an outcome that must be reimagined. Jade was defenseless as the woman possessed her body and emerged in the waking world.
Alright, what do you guys think? Did that sound like Kronika to you? Someone who's watching all of the events play out throughout the ages? Someone who wanted Shao Kahn's death reimagined? It just, to me, it really plays as Kronika to me. Oh no, what's happening here? Oh no, that's not good. More like Shang Tsung instead of Kronika? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Shang Tsung would want Shao Kahn to not have been killed. Or I don't know if Shang Tsung... I mean, nobody has been watching events for that long, other than, I would say, Kronika. Maybe the One Being, maybe Elder Gods. Those are the only ones I could think of who could have been around that long. Like, not even Shao, I think, has been around that long. Boogers, what are you doing? Why do you keep saying that? Alright, let's go to my homeboy, Jax.
After the invasion was thwarted, many of Jax's allies had seemingly disappeared, leaving him to clean up the mess on his own. He searched for Shao Kahn's remaining forces, utilizing a new cyber scanner designed to remotely access worldwide databases. Navigating its virtual reality interface, Jax inadvertently accessed Kano's brain through his optical laser implant. Their minds linked, Jax virtually battled Kano. Finally, he captured and quarantined Kano's consciousness within the Special Forces mainframe. The dangerous criminal had finally been neutralized.
Not a very noteworthy ending, in my opinion. I use a booger ball in bowling. What does that even mean? What is a booger ball? While you tell me what a booger ball is, let's check out Johnny Cage's ending.
As the last remnants of Shao Kahn disintegrated, Johnny felt strange, as if he had lost control of his body. Suddenly, powerful energy burst forth, destroying everything around him. Johnny sought the aid of Raiden and Nightwolf, but their efforts did nothing to stop these random spasms of destruction. Desperate, Raiden transported Johnny to Sado, the realm of order, where he could be taught to control his power. Johnny Cage will transform into a warrior powerful beyond mortal imagining.
Okay, so you bowl with literal rubbish. That's what you're saying? That's what it sounded like. I love Johnny Cage. Oh, really? Especially his movies. Which movies is your favorite? While you think about that, let's get my boy Cabal.
Victory over Shao Kahn came with a heavy price. Cabal's respirator was badly damaged, and if it was not repaired soon, he would surely die. Desperate, he tracked down Kano and forced from him the identity of the cyberneticist who developed Kano's eye laser. The good doctor was not easy to find, but he was more than eager to help, for a price. Now Cabal is rebuilt. He is better than he was before. Stronger, faster. He will need to be in order to repay his debt.
You know what that sounds like to me, sir? It sounds like hate. Why are you hating on Cabal? What did Cabal ever do to you other than have more speed than you? Oh gosh. Ay, ay, ay. Terrible. Mike? What do you mean? You can't hear me? No, no Miz. What? You mean like The Miz? I was gonna say, I know you can hear me. Alright, now we're gonna go with Kano. Hello, baby.
Kano made a fortune selling arms to Shao Kahn, and used the profits to upgrade his cybernetics. The added connectivity of his eye implant gave him unparalleled access to global communications. Using his mind, he navigated the databases of banks, law enforcement agencies, and other networks. But his activities left him vulnerable to hackers. Jax infiltrated Kano's mind and trapped his consciousness in the Special Forces mainframe. It wasn't long, however, until Kano managed to free himself. His consciousness spread like a virus throughout the Special Forces network of automated weaponry. Kano has become a one-man army.
Man, this is a pretty cool development for Kano. I don't know why they didn't give him this legit where he can pretty much hack into any kind of anything with internet. I think that would be cool. And make him more of a threat. Cuz as he is, I mean, they gave him an eye laser, but I mean, he's still Kano. All right, let's do Kitana.
Kitana had ended Shao Kahn's life for his betrayal. She had discovered the truth about Mileena, but rather than slay her as well, she took pity on her half-sister. She offered Mileena a home within the Edenian aristocracy. She was, after all, of royal blood. Mileena cautiously accepted her sister's invitation. With Mileena and Jade at her side, Kitana formed a fighting force dedicated to bringing justice to the realms. Never again would a warlord arise to create such terror.
How dare you, sir? How about Super Saiyan 3 Kano fused with Nappa and Tien? Ridiculous. By the way, since you're clearly in your Dragon Ball Z phase, what is your favorite Dragon Ball Z technique? Other than a transformation. Something other than a transformation. What technique is your favorite in Dragon Ball? Now, while you think of that, let's go with someone who has the Shaolin techniques. Let's see the ending for Kung Lao.
Kung Lao had avenged his ancestor's death and saved Earthrealm from Shao Kahn's brutality. In quiet reflection with Raiden at the grave of the great Kung Lao, he touched the modest stone marker. Images of past events, moments of someone else's life, flashed through his mind, concluding with a lost battle against Goro. Raiden theorized that Kung Lao had unlocked memories of his past life. The Kung Lao that stood before Raiden was in fact the reincarnation of the great Kung Lao, who had been defeated by Goro 500 years ago. Yet accomplished in the present, what he could not in the past.
I don't like this ending that Kung Lao is actually Kung Lao. I don't dig it. Kung Lao and Great Kung Lao are different people, not reincarnation. Well, the ending is non-canon, so I don't think it actually is the truth. But in this ending, in this alternate timeline or this alternate reality, Kung Lao is actually the Great Kung Lao, which is, like I said, it's a development I don't like. So Radford left, huh? Yeah, it looks like Radford left. Looks like he left. Okay, let's see his sometimes brother, sometimes cousin, sometimes just friend, Liu Kang.
Having defeated Shao Kahn, Liu Kang believed he was the only one capable of defending Earthrealm against outside threats. During the invasion, Raiden had been more burden than ally. Brazenly, he demanded the Elder Gods grant him the Thunder God status. In a one-match Mortal Kombat tournament, Liu Kang defeated his former friend and mentor. Liu Kang's request was granted. He was made a god, the new protector of Earthrealm.
One thing I will say, I kind of like the idea that in this game there are a handful of endings that has like an alternate reality where Liu Kang doesn't die and then becomes a god, and then the Elder Gods want him dead, like crazy stuff. Ray gun? Oh shoot. Okay, at first I thought you were maybe talking about Yu Yu Hakusho, but I don't think you're referring to Yu Yu Hakusho. So what you're saying is just rubbish. Now let's take a look at the ending for your Kanom, Mileena.
Mileena killed the Emperor in a fit of deranged fury. But she was unaware that her victory resulted from Shang Tsung's designs. He had imbued Mileena with the ability to drain Shao Kahn's dark magic, rendering him vulnerable. Now Shang Tsung was ready to execute the next phase of his plan. Murder Mileena and take Shao Kahn's power for himself. But Mileena instinctively wielded her new dark power against the sorcerer. Shang Tsung's end came quickly. Mileena absorbed his soul, multiplying her strength. She then set out to claim an even bigger prize, the soul of a Thunder God.
Mileena. I mean, Mileena was Kanom for a little bit. Melina isn't counting with Outworld. Shao Kahn or Kotal Kahn or Shao Kahn. Yeah, they all ruled Outworld for some point. Nothing to say at all. Stop bullying me, Brad. You know what? I agree with Bradford support. Leave Bradford alone. Where the F you came from. I was just saying hello. Even though I do agree, support was just saying hello. He was being nice, maybe trying to bury the hatchet. But let's not have any mean words to one another. Quit tagging me when you don't want to say. Quit tagging me when I don't want to say nothing to do with you, I guess. I agree. Let's just not mention the other person then, if that's going to be the case. All right, let's get to the next person here. We got Nightwolf.
It took all of Nightwolf's power to destroy Shao Kahn. His spirit guide, the wolf, had aided him in the battle, but in the aftermath its presence was no longer felt. Nightwolf returned to his home, seeking the Elder's help in reconnecting to the spirit world. During their ritual, his wolf returned to him, changed. Shao Kahn had tethered his soul to the wolf spirit in order to cheat death. Now corrupted with Shao Kahn's evil, Nightwolf has transformed into his animality, his bite converting his victims into subservient lycanthropes. Through Nightwolf, Shao Kahn will conquer Earthrealm, one mortal at a time.
I was just being nice. Okay, support. Just leave it alone, sir. Please, for me, just leave it alone. Is that Dragon or is that Dr. 49 on? Either way, yo, what's going on? I think I'm just gonna call you Doctor. I think that's probably the easiest way to handle that. Dr. 49, what's going on? Secret heads up. Ultra Instinct Night. Oh gosh. Fused with a shotgun. Terrible. Animality. Yeah, basically. Animality. Essentially, ever since Annihilation, they have to associate Nightwolf with animality, it feels like. Okay, halfway through, you guys. Alright, so now we got Noob Saibot.
Quan Chi should never have resurrected Noob Saibot, nor should he have enhanced his power to defeat Shao Kahn. The Revenant he created had broken free of his control. Noob had secretly formed an understanding with a cleric from the realm of chaos, and opened for him a portal to the Netherrealm. Shinnok, Quan Chi, and the Brotherhood of Shadow were unprepared as the forces of chaos overwhelmed them, leaving the underworld severely weakened. Satisfied with his work, the cleric, Havoc, returned to the realm of chaos. Noob Saibot remained to seize control of the Netherrealm.
How dare you disrespect Noob Saibot? Oh, there we go. How dare you disrespect Noob Saibot? Even though technically, I guess he is a noob. Well, his name is Noob anyway. Alright, we got Raiden next. I think, if I remember correctly, I think this is the ending where he splits himself into 4 parts, where there's 4 Raidens essentially. All right, let's check it out.
Shao Kahn was gone, but the scars of the merging of realms remained. Remnants of the invasion force roamed freely and had to be dealt with. But Earthrealm is vast, and Raiden is but one being. He recruited 4 warriors, one for each direction of the wind, and divided his soul, placing one part in each of them. Through these new heroes, Raiden can combat the forces of darkness in 4 places at once.
Noob Saibot always loses every fight. This supposed to be when he all-powerful, but ironically, he was OPS Sub-Zero Bihan. You think so? I don't know. I mean, okay. I believe, yes, Noob Saibot has lost every story fight. Like, every time we've seen him fight in the story, he's lost. But was he OPS Sub-Zero? I don't know. I mean, he just outright got killed by Scorpion as when he was beyond Sub-Zero. But as Noob Saibot, he at least kind of held his own against people like Fujin and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Bro's using After Image. No, absolutely not. After Image is more like Ice Clone or something like that. In any sense. Okay. Let's get to the next person. The Necropolis. Okay, who we got next? We got your boy, Reptile. Alright, let's get it going.
Having defeated Shao Kahn, Reptile was feared by all. He forced Shang Tsung to regenerate his raptor race. The process took agonizing months, but soon Reptile heard the snarls of young broodlings throughout the flesh pits. Eventually, Shang Tsung had created an army of raptor warriors bred to serve Reptile. They stormed the realm, killing any Tarkatan, Shokan, or Centaur who opposed Reptile's rule. The intoxicating feeling of reuniting with his people blinded Reptile to the suffering of his former comrades. Reptile was home once more.
Yo, Reptile is a prick. Reptile is a prick. Bihan as Sub-Zero defeated gods, demons, and giant robots in the Netherrealm. Noob Saibot lost to Nightwolf, Kung Lao, Fujin, Jackie, and etc. Okay, fair. But Sub-Zero, Bihan as Sub-Zero also just lost to Scorpion, just got killed by Scorpion. Whereas as Noob Saibot, he lost all those fights, but none of them could kill him. He got kicked into the Soulnado and it didn't kill him. So I don't know. I still feel like it's kind of subjective. Like, yeah, Bihan did all that stuff in the Netherrealm in mythologies, but then just got murdered by Scorpion. And speak of the devil, look who's next. Scorpion. Okay, I'm not answering that rubbish question. All right, let's see Scorpion's ending.
Shao Kahn's death did nothing to relieve Scorpion's pain. The loss of his kin still weighed heavily upon him. For reasons he could neither explain nor understand, he was drawn to the home of the Shirai Ryu. Standing amid the rubble in solemn contemplation, Scorpion was visited by apparitions of his fallen comrades, who revealed the true mastermind behind their brutal deaths. Enraged, he returned to the Netherrealm. As the spirits of his kin immobilized Quan Chi, Scorpion slew him, finally avenging their deaths.
Melina likes, well, I guess technically if she eats your whole body, then yeah, I agree. She does like to eat boogers. Oh, Sector. Oh, this is where he gets the Dragon Medallion. This is, I think, the second time that we've seen the Dragon Medallion in Mortal Kombat. Great poll on the chat. You know what? I thought you might enjoy that. Alright, let's check out the ending for Sector.
Sector had dedicated his life to the Lin Kuei. His victories had brought honor to his father, the Grand Master. He had proven himself worthy. It was time to replace his father. In a bold attack, Sector smashed through a company of Lin Kuei guards as he pushed toward the Grand Master's chamber. There he found his father waiting. The Grand Master warned him that wearing the Dragon Medallion brought much power, but at a cost. Sector ignored the warning and slew his father, whose soul burst from his body and flew into the medallion. Sector had finally seized control of the Lin Kuei.
Hold on a second. That doesn't count. Just because there's statistically bugs in your peanut butter doesn't mean you like to eat bugs because you like PB&Js. I disagree. I think that means that's exactly what you like to eat. I think the PB&J will taste a little bit off if it didn't have the bugs in it, if you were used to the bugs. So I would say, you know what? PB&J eater makes you a bug eater. A bug liker of eating. You know what I'm trying to say. Water of a... Oh my gosh. I'm not Gen Z pilled enough to find that funny, sadly. You know what? I'm right there with you. Smoke, your thumbnail. I like it. One of my favorite characters in MK2. Zia, green and orange. Smoke is dope. And I'm glad you like that image. I can't take credit for it. I found it online. As much as I would like to take credit for it, I did not create that image, but I thought it was funny, so I used it. And you know what? We're getting to Smoke soon. We're in the S's. We got Shang Tsung next. Devora sandwich. Exactly. Imagine Devora can provide an endless bounty of sandwiches, of bug sandwiches. She should go into the peanut butter making industry. And the chitin can allow you to have a feast of peanut butter sandwiches. But with that, let's get to Shang Tsung's ending.
Shang Tsung voraciously consumed Shao Kahn's soul, absorbing his immense power. Overwhelmed by his newfound sorcery, he fled to Outworld. Moments before suicide, Shang Tsung was visited by Boraicho. The mentor of warriors offered to teach him to control the dark magic, but for a special purpose. Liu Kang had become a god. The power had corrupted him, transforming him into a tyrant. He needed to be stopped. After rigorous training, Shang Tsung mastered the one technique that could finish Liu Kang. Vengeance would finally be his.
Funny enough, I actually have a video about Shang Tsung coming out later this evening. I think I set it to come out in like an hour from now. SSJ5 Vegeta. Oh gosh, this is just obvious rubbish in the chat. If I were Shang, I'd try to take the soul of whatever barber gave him that whack beard haircut combo. How dare you! This combo is tough. Oh man, you're so lucky I couldn't. I pressed the wrong button. This man is looking dope. What are you talking about? This man was probably getting ladies just lining up. Hold on, let's look at Shang. Why? Come on, press down. What? Okay, there we go. That was very strange. The man got a rat tail. Look at this man. The man is looking clean. Hold on. Let me make the screen big for you, because clearly you don't know what you're talking about. Shang can use a blowout taper. Nah, man. This man got long flowing hair. Women can run their fingers through his hair. And then look at this man. This man is looking tough. He got a lineup. What are you? The man got jewelry on. Who has a gem that big on a chain? That's basic. That's better than 2 Chainz' chains. This man, he looks greasy, bro. You know what? How dare you disrespect Shang Tsung like that, the sorcerer? This man is looking clean. He got gold. He got gold snake looking things on his shoulders. This man got an emerald thing. I don't know if that's quite an emerald, more like an opal or something. And the man's hair is on point. Look at that. He doesn't have like that widow's peak like Vegeta. This man's hair, his hairline is healthy. This man got a, he has a beard. Yo, what are you guys talking about? All right, gotta record. We'll go back to this. All right, Vlad, take it easy. Supports his MK9 Shanks. Looks like Jarek. How dare you? Can he shapeshift into what? How dare you? Into water, Vegeta. Oh gosh, awful. All right. Next ending. Shiva.
Shiva had recognized the signs. Her people were out of favor and in decline. The Centaur would soon dominate Shao Kahn's forces, while the Shokan would move inexorably toward extinction. Shiva's act of defiance, her murder of Shao Kahn, made possible a new home for her people among the mortals of Earthrealm, a world free of both Tarkatan and Centaur. With cooperation from world leaders, Shiva secured for the Shokan the continent of Australia. In return, they would protect Earthrealm from future invasions. For her leadership, Shiva was exalted, the most honorable Shokan in their proud history.
Shiva is so rubber rubbish. What? How dare you? Shiva just got a whole continent. She's the queen. Yo, what are you talking about, Secret? Can he shapeshift into MK11 version? Or at least MK2? You like the MK2 version of Shang Tsung better than the MK9 version with that weird hat he was wearing? This is rubbish. Where he had the white eyes, he actually looked like a demon in human form, and he had that weird hat. All you do is wait and whine. Okay, Bradford, we're not starting any fights here. Please. I don't want Support or Secret to mention you, and I don't want you to mention them, please. But he is tripping on this statement, though. How dare you say you want him to transform into MK2 Shao? MK2 Shao with the yellow and that weird black hat, that big, like, oh gosh. Okay. And I won't stand for the slander that Shiva is rubbish. Shiva has a continent to herself. Alright, we got Sindel up next. I think this is good guy, Sindel. Let's go.
The spell that bewitched Queen Sindel had been broken. She did battle with Shao Kahn and slew him, punishment for the suffering he brought upon her and millions of others throughout the realms. She dissolved the sorcery that bound Edenia with Outworld and began restoring her realm to its former glory. The many races of Outworld were impressed. Not only had Sindel defeated Shao Kahn, but she had shown great leadership in chaotic times. They willingly offered her their allegiance. Under Sindel's governance, the realms of Edenia and Outworld remain merged in spirit.
By the way, so I did a poll recently about Sindel, whether you like good guy Sindel or bad guy Sindel. What say you guys? Do you like Sindel as a villain, or do you like her as a heroine? And while you think about that, we got Smoke next, or as he is called, Inenra.
Shao Kahn's violent death shook the very core of Smoke's being and dislodged his earliest memories. Tomas Rabada was only a boy when he was abducted by an obscure cult and sacrificed to a demon. Burned alive, he returned to the mortal realm as an Inenra, a creature of smoke and vapor. His captors were helpless against his shapeless form as he lashed out with rage, killing them all. His murder avenged, he returned to his human form, remembering nothing of his former life. Now aware of his true identity, Smoke understands he is no mere assassin. His destiny has been revealed.
Man, I think Smoke, tell me if I'm wrong, but the voice actor who does Smoke in this game, he sounds like the guy from The Mummy. Do you guys remember The Mummy with Brendan Fraser? I might be dating myself a little bit here by by stating this, but The Mummy with Brendan Fraser, fantastic movie. The sequel, fantastic movie. The third one, don't watch it. Don't watch it at all. But there's a character in it. He's like a magi, and I think it's the same voice that does Smoke in this game. But with that being said, let's get on to the next ending. We got the first lady of Mortal Kombat herself, Sonya Blade.
The loss of friends and allies during the battle with Shao Kahn took its toll on Sonya Blade's sanity. She left the Special Forces and went into seclusion to cope with her grief. But her solitude was brief, as she found herself regularly visited by an apparition who claimed to be her missing father. With her father as a guide, Sonya embarked on a mission to exterminate what remained of Shao Kahn's army.
Sort of a lackluster ending for Sonya. Something that also was never touched on again, never hinted at again. Just her father is a ghost, I guess. Oh, this is a funny one, you guys. Striker's ending.
Despite telling the world that he was simply doing his job, Stryker was made a hero for saving Earth from invasion. He received both the key to the city and the Congressional Medal of Freedom. Press and paparazzi hounded his every move. His biography spent a year on the bestseller lists. Striker action figures flew off the shelves and into every young boy's hand. But when approached by Hollywood for the rights to his story, Striker put his foot down. Never would he allow himself to be portrayed by Johnny Cage.
Poor Johnny Cage. This man just wanted to play a hero. Man, that's hilarious. Okay, the next person, Sub-Zero.
After the victory over Shao Kahn, Sub-Zero learned from Raiden the truth, that the Lin Kuei were ultimately responsible for the deaths of both Sub-Zero's and Scorpion's families. Enraged, Sub-Zero offered Scorpion a chance to share in his quest for vengeance. With the might of fire and ice combined, they were a storm of vengeful fury as they cut down their foes. Once justice had been done, Sub-Zero and Scorpion disappeared into legend, emerging from obscurity only to avenge the innocent. The forces of darkness will never stop this deadly alliance.
Yeah, Zia, MKX is a great game. Lots of fun. There's a guy who comes in here a lot. His name is Secret Combatant. He plays a lot of MKX as well. So, if you stop by again while I'm streaming, most likely we'll be playing, and then maybe all three of us can play together in like a King of the Hill or something like that. But in the meantime, let's do the ending for Cyber Sub-Zero. If I remember correctly, this ending is completely without dialogue. One of the cooler things I think they depict Shao Kahn doing in this game is he's almost like a virus where you can't you cannot kill him. Like, Liu Kang punched a hole through him and it didn't kill him. And in this non-canon ending, Cyber Sub-Zero kills him, and his soul can just transfer to your body and just dominate it to control you. Very creepy. And it looks like we're at the last ending of the main roster, and that is none other than the sorcerer Quan Chi.
Having finally brought about Shao Kahn's demise, Quan Chi was then tasked with growing the ranks of the Brotherhood of Shadow. Many warriors had perished in Outworld's invasion of Earthrealm. Quan Chi stole their souls and remade them to serve his master, the fallen Elder God. The task completed, Shinnok repaid Quan Chi's service by ordering his execution, thereby eliminating a possible challenger to his rule. Quan Chi had anticipated this act of treachery, however, and resurrected Shao Kahn, the ultimate phantom warrior. With Shao Kahn as his enforcer, Quan Chi struck down the Brotherhood of Shadow and Shinnok. Quan Chi forgives betrayal from no one, not even a god.
Man, Quan Chi had a ace up his sleeve. And that is it. That is all the endings of the base roster in MK9. I mean, pretty dope. As far as a roster for a Mortal Kombat goes, I think this is one of the best rosters. This is one that most people like the most. And I think it's mainly because it has all of the traditional, like the very, what's the word, how can I phrase this, the most popular characters, the fan favorite characters, like pretty much all of them are in this package. So especially if you include the DLC with like Kenshi and Rain. So yeah, Mortal Kombat 9, man, great roster. But with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and call it an evening. Thank you to everyone who stayed and hung out and just watched me record endings. As I always say, time is our most valuable asset. So thank you for spending some of your time with me here this evening. And until next time, everybody, don't get beat up out there. Peace.